Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi and today we're doing another pick a card. Today's pick a card is called Thank You Next because we are taking a look at the energies and cycles that you are closing and the energies and cycles that are opening up to you. When we purge and when we feel emotions that come through, when we let go of things, people, places, what's happening is energy is being moved inside of us, which is showing up in our external world as well as our internal world. And through that clear out, sometimes we'll enter a void stage or we'll enter a transitional stage. And then what has gone is going to be taking place of something new. So something new is going to come in. So I really wanted to see, because there's so much shift going on right now in the collective. I feel it very heavy, and I just wanted to bring some guidance there. If you guys have been feeling very topsy-turvy, or maybe some of you guys have been really welcoming it and feeling really good in this transition, but either way we're going to be seeing what's going on and what phase you're about to enter and what cycles are about to open up. So I have 4 crystals for you guys to choose from. Pile number 1 is the labradorite. Pile number 2 is the orange calcite. Pile number 3 is the yellow phantom quartz. And pile number 4 is the amethyst. So see which crystal you are drawn to. The timestamps are going to be in the description box as usual, and I will see you guys at your timestamp. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at what energies and cycles you are closing out and what energies and cycles you're bringing in. So you guys chose the labradorite card. So I'm actually going to start with a Sacred Destiny deck, and we're going to be taking a look at the energy you're in right now. Whether it's a transition you're going through, whether it's a void stage you're going through, that's what we're going to be taking a look at right now and the energy you're in. And then I'm going to pull a tarot card each side in regards to a cycle you're letting go of, a cycle you're bringing in, and then we'll put some more oracle cards down as well. So let's get in. So pile number 1, please, spirit guides, tap me in. Straight away I'm being shown lemons. Now it could be that you guys are drinking lemon water, burning some lemon essential oil, but when I think of lemons I think of detoxification, and I feel like there is, it's when I think of, because for some reason I'm being taken to, like, you know, when you put, how do I put this into words? I saw something on TikTok and it was like, put in a bowl of water with like lemons in it in your microwave and then it can clean your microwave. I don't know how true that is. I've never attempted it. But I was kind of shown that. So it's almost like for the microwave, I've never used an analogy with microwaves before, but for the microwave to work the best that it could and for everything to run smoothly and cleanly, you know, we'll put the lemon in there with the hot water and it can kind of clean all the kind of grunge away. And when I think of that, I almost feel like you guys may be clearing layers right at the bottom of your subconscious, like really, you know, the word I want to use, because I'm thinking of microwaves, like the grimy stuff, but what I mean by that is really deep layers within your subconscious may be coming up for release right now. It's just something that's coming through, or it could be that you've been in that transitional phase for some time where you've really been sitting with very uncomfortable emotions that were a little bit hard to move. That's what I'm really taking from that, but we'll see. So the labradorite pile, please, spirit guides, what energy are they currently in? What energy is my pile number 1's currently in? We have relaxation. Okay, so I just shared the hard part is over. I just shared that. And I say this a lot in regards to when we are clearing and purging something out that's been really deep within our subconscious. It's also our physical body that's holding a lot of stress and holding the weight of those emotions. It really does store in the physical body as well as the energetic body. And a lot of the times, especially through childhood, if we've been on fight or flight, or we've been kind of on edge a lot of our earlier life. We've learned to really analyze situations and read people's energy and read people's emotions, and that's to keep ourselves safe. When we've done that for a lot of our lives, and then we start to make way for these emotions to come through, and we tell our bodies it is safe for these emotions to come through, it is safe for me to rest, it's safe for me to feel these uncomfortable feelings. When we start to do that, the body then kind of offloads, and then the body kind of sleeps for, it feels like 100 years. I literally am being shown like Sleeping Beauty in her big tower, you know, sleeping, and all of the grass grows around her. I don't know why, when I used to watch that when I was younger and the grass would grow, I would cry, because they did like a play of it on the Tweenies. If you've ever watched the Tweenies, it's like a kid's cartoon, and one of the characters played Sleeping Beauty, and there was all weeds that grew around her, and I burst into tears. I was like, oh my god, no one's gonna find her, she's gone forever. But I don't know why I felt the need to say that then, but I feel like Spirit's showing me that, because Spirit's showing me that you guys have been in a phase where you guys have been letting your body finally rest, no longer being on fight or flight, or taking time coming out of fight or flight, letting your body rest, letting your body sit through these uncomfortable emotions, and just allowing your body to be instead of pushing. A lot of the times we will physically try and push ourselves whilst purging out these heavy emotions, because we don't realize the weight and the shift that is happening internally. We don't see it, so we think and we tell ourselves, especially when we're used to being on the go and in a masculine energy for a lot of our lives, we tell ourselves, you know, we've got to keep going, we've got to keep pushing, even though our body's like, no, I need to rest. What I'm being shown for you guys right now, with the full moon being behind the girl there when she's resting, there's a release going on in your energetic field right now, and you're being called to slow down and sit. Whether it's sit with feelings that are coming up, just allowing your body to rest because you've purged a lot and cleared a lot, or it could be sometimes we are called to come back to basics and just sit in our energy, because something's about to come through, something's about to break through. And I feel like the latter, especially with the fact that she's laying in that hammock reading a book, it's almost like you're being called back to base, to really listen to your physical bodies, your emotional body, your mental body right now, to really tap into your needs, because they're going to be very different to what they used to be. And I feel like this may be for some of you guys the first time where you're really feeling into your needs, feeling into your emotions, feeling into what your soul and body wants. So you're being called to relax and be in a state of receiving and be in a more feminine energy, so you can really listen to your body and listen to what your body really wants right now and really needs. Because especially if you've been feeling stuck in certain areas in your life, I feel like you're going to get the answers, but you'll only get those answers by getting to know yourself, this true version of you, you know. I feel like the version of you before, you maybe would have had a lot of projected onto you, or you may have felt like you needed to be what other people needed of you, because I see energies in the past being more masculine, given to people, needing to be there for people, or just not having a chance to rest, having to be on go, and having to kind of have that sword in your hand ready to fight the kind of next threat, whereas now you're being called to really listen to those needs. What do I want from life? What's my perfect day off? What do I like to listen to music wise? What does my inner child want to listen to? What does my divine feminine want to listen to? What does my divine masculine want to listen to? And really listening to these parts of you. And you can only do that through really tuning in and drowning out everything else, which is why that card's come through. So I think right now it's really vital that you listen to yourself and you take time out, because that's where you're going to meet that next version of yourself. A lot of the time we think that we need to go and find that other version and, you know, be in that masculine energy and look for it and enter that new phase. But we get there by going through it, and by going through it, we have to really sit and listen. It kind of grows from there, you know? It kind of grows in those spaces of peace and just listening, which I really love for you guys, because I feel like there's this feeling like you've been on for a lot of your life, and now it's like, Spirit's like, take this time out, let yourself relax, tend to those flowers, you know. Pile number one. What energy am I pile number one stepping out of? What energy am I pile number one stepping out of? What cycle are they closing? We have the 10 of Cups reversed. Okay, let me make sure these are straight. Let me just make sure. Yeah, perfect. Okay. On the back of the deck there we had the Hierophant, 10 of Cups reversed. That's the energy you're stepping out of. I keep being shown somebody running on a treadmill with a donut in front of them, but it's like that treadmill isn't moving them forward. They're just going round in circles, but pushing. It's almost like the donut's being teased. So the cycle that I feel that you're releasing, the cycle that I feel like you're letting go of, is looking outside of yourself for fulfillment and feeling like you have to achieve something beyond yourself to be deemed worthy of love, to be deemed worthy of feeling safe, to be deemed worthy of having people be gentle with you. I feel like you have gone in the past above and beyond to really pour into people, because it's like, I think you may have learned in childhood, love has to be earned. And there's this saying that I've heard a lot, and it's like, when we don't feel loved in childhood, we settle for being needed. So there's almost this feeling of like replacing the feeling of love, because it's like an inner child not feeling like they've received it the way that they're supposed to, and replacing that with kind of caregiving and having a duty to look after people or be there for people or be what people need. So it's almost like I'm chasing something outside of myself to be deemed worthy of things that I'm already worthy of and should come natural. So I feel like a lot of maybe your connections with friends or relationships in the past may have been, I need to fix you, I need to heal you, or I need to be who you need me to be, because that way I'm worthy of your love. And that's not true. Like, you are worthy the whole time. And I think that's what you're learning. You are worthy the whole time, and you deserve a safe space in your connections to be yourself. And you do not need to go outside of yourself or fit a mold of what people need you to be just to receive love back. When we connect with people, we love them because we love them. We love their flaws, we love their heart, we love their vulnerabilities, we love all of them. And you're stepping out of a phase where you would have felt like you had to be what other people needed you to be. Maybe where you had abandonment wounds, or you just never felt good enough next to the people around you, because it was like, I need to have X, Y, and Z before. I keep seeing you guys go, I need to have X, Y, and Z before I get in a relationship, because no one would want me if I'm like this. And I need to have X, Y, and Z before I feel good about myself, because I don't feel good about myself right now in this state. So it's almost like you're applying, I'm not worthy right now because I don't have this and I don't have that, which could also be deep-rooted from childhood. You may not have grown up with a lot of money. You may not have grown up with, family around you. You might have seen people in healthy dynamics, and maybe some of you guys didn't have that. So there's almost this internalized belief that you guys had, where it's like, I'm not worthy because I don't have this, and I'm not worthy because I don't have that. And you're kind of, it's already gone. The layer is peeled. I feel like what you've been dealing with is those feelings of unworthiness, those feelings of feeling unloved, and that's what's been really coming up for clearing. And I say it's been because it's closing. That way of looking at life, it's no longer there. It's out, it's cleansed. The lemon's been put in the microwave, it's all gone, so now it's like, the microwave's resting. I don't know why I've got microwaves coming through for you guys, but that's what we've got. We're turning the power off and the microwave is just resting a sec. It's just chilling out before we start making meals again. And that's where I feel like you're at right now. I think you've unlearned so much, and I think that's why your body's resting, because I just feel like a lot of you guys were in a masculine energy of go, go, go. I'm hearing Vienna. When will you realize Vienna waits for you? So I feel like that was your energy. Whereas now you're teaching your inner child. It feels like your inner child you're teaching that it's okay to rest. It's okay to take time out for self. And it's okay to have needs. That's very normal to have needs and prioritize yourself. It's very normal to do that. And I think that you're getting to know this version of you that you felt that you had to sacrifice for other people. So this time, especially with her laying there reading the book, it's like this time is meant to be a little bit of a chill time. And yes, you will still have some emotions that come up, but you're getting to know yourself at your core, your likes and dislikes, down to, I don't know why I'm being shown cheesecake. I don't know if someone's eating cheesecake, but it's almost like I'm seeing somebody go, I really like this type of dessert, and I really like this type of food. Like I don't know why I keep being shown cheesecakes. I know someone's been fancying cheesecake recently. It's just coming up. But you know, I feel like you're really listening to your tastes and things that you actually like. In even the small things, like your favorite type of wine, you know, your favorite type of perfume. It's like you're getting used to things that you like and doing things that you like, you know, moving at your own pace. You may have had friends and you almost, I feel like you guys almost felt like with friends as well, like I need to do what they want me to do, or I need to be what they need me to be. And then it's like things that you wanted to do, it was like you would never do it because it's like I have to, you know, I have to rush around for this person. Even though I like to move at a slow pace, I have to jump out of my energy for a second and rush around. So it's almost like, actually I want to move slow, actually I want to take things in. And maybe, you know, you guys used to drink alcohol a lot, and now you're like, actually I don't want to drink anymore. That's not me. I don't want to do it, you know. And that could be applied to anything, you know. So you're really getting used to your own flows and your own internal rhythm, and that's what's happening right now. You kind of got off the treadmill. You don't even want the donut anymore. It's like, I don't even like donuts anyway. Why am I running on the treadmill? Don't need to do that. You're really listening to those parts of you, and I feel like they're blooming as you take care of yourself. This new phase is met through tending to your own garden, not by going out and searching for it. Pile number 1. What cycles are my pile number ones opening up to? What is the energy my pile number ones are stepping into? We have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man. You're plugging into your own internal flow. And I see we've got Judgment at the back of the deck. Look at that beautiful bird at the back of the deck as well. It's like you're, you know, what's the song? I'm like a bird, I want to fly away. Who sang that? Can't remember who sang that. But I feel it's like you're breaking free. High School Musical, Breaking Free. That's what came to mind then. Yeah, I see you guys really, really breaking free with the Hangman card, and we have, you know, the peace symbol here as well. It's like I see you guys tapping into your own rhythm, flowing with your own rhythm, and I see things around you being very synchronized. And I see a lot of chance meetings with, I'm being shown people, because you're really listening to your intuition. So for example, right, I have a totem, which is a turtle, right? And when I went on, well, it's a turtle, and I also have an eagle, that's a totem as well. And when I went on holiday, I was really nervous. And while I was making my way up the plane, there was a guy in front of me, and on the back of his legs, he had 3 turtles tattooed on his leg. And I felt like that was spirit, like, you're okay. And then when I got there, we were going through the mountains in Gran Canaria, and I put my camera roll up to video while we were going through the mountains, and this huge eagle, which is my other totem, came swooping down in front of the camera. And that whole trip in itself, there was so many synchronizations, because it was like, this is where I'm supposed to be. And I feel like you're going to have a lot of moments like that where things are becoming very synchronized to the point that you're like, did that actually just happen? Like, did that actually just happen? Or did I seriously just meet that person and they're so aligned with me like that? And I see you guys, there's a lot of serendipitous moments, a lot of chance meetings where you're going to be meeting people that are part of your tribe, are meant to walk with you to this next phase, you know? So I see this next phase that you're opening up to a lot of I feel emotional to say it. A lot of things you might have deprived yourself from by not feeling good enough are about to come in. And it feels like a really beautiful homecoming for you guys. Like, because I see a past version of you going, that's not even in my... It's not even here internally within me, because I'm almost pushing it away because I feel like I'm just not worthy of it. There's no way that could even be in my life. Like, I can't imagine that kind of coming in, and I see it flowing into you because you feel worthy. It's like you've sent a signal out, like, yeah, I'm worthy of this, you know? And it wasn't that you ever weren't, it was you didn't feel worthy enough, so maybe you didn't see that before. You didn't ever see that being something that you wanted. You know what I mean? It could even be marriage or children and things like that. It was something you didn't feel like you were deserving of. I see things like that coming through, but especially with connections, I see friends coming in, people that light you up, people that are riding that same wave with you. I've literally been shown a dolphin circling like a pool and just kind of getting frustrated, but it's like, oh well, the crabs are telling me to do it, so I'm gonna do it, because, you know. And then one day the dolphin's like, actually, I think there's more than just this pool, and I'm deserving of going out into these waves, and then circling its way out of the waves and then finding its pod with all the other dolphins. And it's like, oh my god, you know, you know, and it kind of followed the waves, the intuitive nudges there, and then finds that kind of tribe, and then, you know, they're all kind of flowing together through the waves. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm seeing. I also see in this new phase gifts opening up to you because you're no longer pushing them back down. I feel like there's almost this feeling like, because I'm hearing Break Free by Ariana Grande, of course, and when I'm thinking of the song Break Free, it's almost like I can't show this aspect of my personality, or I can't show these spiritual gifts, or I can't show these parts of myself, or be vulnerable with these parts of myself. It could even be just your emotions, because people are going to judge, because people are not going to like it. And I see you guys being like, F that, and just showing those emotions and bringing them out. And I see so much of you, I see you really meeting yourself truly and really understanding yourself. And I feel like I'm really opening up to my own sensitivity and being, it's like I'm validating my own emotions, and they're coming out, and people are seeing these parts of me that I've hidden because I didn't feel like they were good enough to show. And I think that's so beautiful. But I see a lot of that, and I see people really admiring that. For some of you guys that are single, I do see a connection coming in for you guys. It will be, because I'm being shown the Knight of Pentacles in my head, so it's slow moving, meaning that it's going to take a minute, but you're being called, because again, the journey to this phase, like I said, relaxation, it's pouring into you. I see a lot of downloads coming through, a lot of spiritual downloads coming through, and I see you guys really just listening to your intuition and moving about that way, and not second guessing yourself. You may second guess yourself at the start, but I feel as time goes on and you listen to your intuition, you won't be second guessing yourself anymore. You're just going to allow things to flow, which is really, really beautiful. So let's pull some oracle cards for you guys. Pile number 1. What have we got? A new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. So again, if you guys are single, I do see a new connection coming in for you guys. Let me know if you guys want another love reading. I'll be happy to do another love reading. I feel like I do the same topics though, so let me know if you have any questions in regards to the love readings, because I feel like I always just do your next relationship. But if you want questions, just let me know in the comment section. But if you guys are already in a relationship, again, you know, it's when we look at the Libra energy and the 7th house energy, it's just connections with other people in general. That's where I'm really being taken to, you know, and how you connect to people beyond yourself. So I feel like there's a new cycle in the people that you're drawing in and the people that you're bringing in, and I think, you know, they're really going to look like you on the inside. And I think that's why you're getting to know you right now, to know your likes and your dislikes and what you want. And then I feel like that's when they come in, which is really, really beautiful. Pile number 1. For some of you guys that may be working on a project or maybe wanting to switch careers, I see like a business partner, or you collaborating with someone that's going to create fruition. That's only for some of you. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, just let it fall away. But I see you collabing with something and putting your heads together to create something in regards to your career. But the reason that didn't come in before is because you needed to be this version of you to bring it through. That's why. Pile number 1. Pile number one, please, spirit guides. Pile number one. What cycle are my pile number ones currently opening up to? A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. A personal issue. I keep hearing Break Free by Ariana. The back of the deck, we have the answers you need to come in. Full moon in Gemini. Yeah, I keep hearing Break Free by Ariana. And we're entering Cancer season soon. And I know it won't be a full moon in Cancer, it'll be a full moon in Capricorn. But I feel like you guys may... I almost feel like there's a revelation that may come, and that's where I'm hearing the Ariana Grande song Break Free. So there may be something that you're actually sitting with right now. I don't see you truly batting it away. I feel like it's just coming up. And I feel like it's almost like one purge and it's out. And it's connected to... How do I explain this? It's not necessarily connected to other people, because I feel like other people have triggered it in you. So you may associate it with, oh, this is connected to this person or this person. So if you're thinking of somebody right now, you've got somebody in your mind, and it doesn't have to be a relationship from the past. It could be a friendship, or it could be a family member or something like that. The reason this person's coming up, there's something that they mirrored back to you, and the feeling that you feel when you think of this person that may be a little bit painful, it's mirroring back to you so you can pull it out. And I feel like you're going to have a revelation about it, and it's about you guys fully... It's how you approach connections and how you guys connect to people, and where sometimes you feel like you have to hide aspects of yourself. Because it's like I almost feel like I'm sitting in class and I'm scared to put my hand up because people are going to see me. People are going to hear me. People are going to project onto me. I'm going to feel people's feelings towards me when I do that. So I don't want to show up as myself, so I want to hide. And then I'm hearing Break Free, and it's like, no, I'm putting my hand up. I've got something to say. I don't care what people say. And that's where it's coming through, because I see you guys as well. It's like a connection sort of situation, and you may have something to say, but you don't say it because it's like you don't want to be seen. So there's something around that coming through, because as well, the Cancer energy, you know, the crab in its shell, it's almost like I'm popping out of my shell. Break free. That's what's coming through. So pile number one, please, spirit guides. Pile number one. What cycle are my pile number ones opening up to? Pile number one. Pile number one. What energies are my pile number one stepping out of, and what are they welcoming? Let me grab your card, it fell on the floor. What have we got? We have Cancer again. So we have Cancer again. Let me get one more card for you guys. Pile number... Make sure that is straight. There we go. Pile number one, please, spirit guides. What energies are my pile number one stepping into? Taurus. Interesting. Very interesting, actually. Back of the deck, we have the Void, of course. Pause in time, change of plans, limbo, improvisation. So if you guys are trying to start something right now and push yourself and be like... boom, 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 boom. I feel like, not that it's like destined to fall apart, not at all. I just think you're being encouraged to take your time. The whole point of when we swim with the waves is we don't have to keep pushing our hands because the waves are taking us there, you know? When we're riding a bike, we don't constantly push the pedals around, because when we're going down a hill, we don't need to. And that's a moment of rest. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to get back up the hill again. So there's a reference to that with the Void, of course, energy here. Just to be still, you know, when there's a Void, of course, moon, the moon is transitioning from one sign to the other. So there is a shift taking place in the energies. So nothing is fully concrete yet. So that's a strong reference there. That's what you guys are currently going through. With the Cancer energy here and then the Taurus energy, when I'm thinking of the Cancer energy and I'm thinking of the emotions of, you know, the crab being inside of the shell, it's like you've kept so much of yourself and so much of your beauty behind closed doors because you didn't feel like you were worthy enough to show those parts of yourself. And you're about to, with the Taurus energy, I'm thinking of the flower being planted, you're about to bloom. So right now you're being called to tend to your garden and really, really, you know, when I'm thinking of the flower and it's like the petals are like delicate, but the roots are very, very strong. And right now you're building the roots. So you're being called to take care of those roots right now and pour that water in and you know, feed that flower and let the sun come on, because I wouldn't even say that you're buried right the way down below. You've passed that point. You've already broke out of the seed as well. I feel like you're up above the soil now and you're budding. And you're about, I feel like petals are starting to come through. It's not even a case of you're budding and it's just a bud. I'm seeing petals coming through. But that's where you're being called to take your time. And just keep watering and take your time, because these petals are about to come through. And when you have emotions and feelings that do pop out and they may be a little bit intense, just give them space, because what's happening is there's more parts of your, you know, your inner child or your shadow self that's going, oh, I've been hiding this, by the way. And that's why you're going to be, you know, holding space for yourself and going, it's okay. It's okay. We can work through this. It's okay. And through that release, you're going to see that there was an aspect of your personality behind that. And you'll have a new way of approaching something because of that. So that's really, really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. I see you guys, you're in a budding stage. So you're being called to take your time and listen to yourself right now. So pile one, that is what I have for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed the reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching, and hopefully I will see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey part 2, welcome to your readings. So we are taking a look at the energies and cycles you were closing, the energies and cycles you were opening up to. Thank you next, basically. We're looking at what is next as well. So we're gonna start with the Sacred Destiny Oracle, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pull one card that represents the energy you're in right now. Maybe it's something you're realizing or something you're working through, or just where you're currently at. And then I'm gonna pull two tarot cards. I'm gonna pull one card for an energy that you're cycling out of, and then I'm going to pull one for the energy you're cycling into, and then I'm going to pull some oracle cards as well. So let's get in. So pile number 2, what is the energy that my pile number 2s are currently in? Oh goodness, that just jumped out. We have Gateway. Very interesting. Back of the deck, we have Forgiveness. Okay. I feel like, because the way and it's your inner child that's stepping forward to me. And I love what I'm being shown. Your inner child collectively steps towards me and comes through like a unicorn, but it's not just your regular unicorn, it's glittery. And I'm being shown like fluffy, bright, kind of like neon colored saddle with it, and the horn is like bright and mystical, and it's like glowing. You're like a walking glow stick. And I'm hearing from, there's a lot of inner child coming through here. I'm hearing, if you've ever watched Camp Rock, it was on Disney Channel, and Mitchie, the girl on there, she sings a song, and she sings, "This is real, this is me, this is exactly who I'm supposed to be. I'm gonna let the light shine on me. Now I found who I am, there's no way to hold it in." So right now you're having an activation of your inner child. And any times that your inner child was told to stop shining the light as bright, and to stop acting that way, and to stop playing with that, you're too old for that, and to stop expressing yourself in these bright, beautiful colors, I see your inner child popping out like a disco ball and just being like, boom, I'm here. And I'm going to sing as loud as I want to. And I'm going to be as authentic as I can, because I can. I'm not listening to anyone's projections. When we think of, you know, the horse, for example, the horse represents freedom. And with a unicorn here, it's like, it doesn't fit in with all the other horses because it's a unicorn, it's mystical. It has all these weird and wonderful abilities. And I feel like that's an energy that you're stepping into. And I feel like, I don't know why, your inner child feels like it's about to be glowing. If you're watching this when I put it up through the summer, like I see you guys accessing memories from childhood. You may even be having dreams in regards to people that you were friends with in childhood, or you may be having dreams where maybe some things are being triggered out that made you feel small in your childhood, made you feel small in, you know, when you were in school and things like that, or maybe going into your teenage years, you know, where you had to act a certain way around people, or even going into your adult life where people are like, you can't be like that, you can't act like that, you can't wear these bright colors, you can't be that way. I see you guys, I feel like you've already been clearing out anything that's holding it back, but I almost just feel like, I feel like I'm being shown the star card, there's this activation, and I see you guys being seen, and I see you guys, it's like there's excitement here. I'm being shown a stage, and somebody's dancing on the stage, and it's like, I don't care what reviews they give me, I don't care what they say, this is my performance, people can see me, I don't care if they don't like it, I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna dance, I'm gonna do this. And I also feel like you guys are going to be elevating the way that you look at yourself, and elevating the way that you look at life, because it's almost like your inner child's topping it up, like, let's look at life in a brighter way. Because I keep being shown lots of inner child references, because it's like, I don't know why, there's a lot of Disney Channel. I don't know if you watched a lot of Disney Channel. There's a lot of Disney Channel coming through. I'm being shown High School Musical, the third movie, where Sharpay and Ryan sing the song I Want It All. Now, if you've never watched it, basically, Sharpay and Ryan are brother and sister. And Sharpay is, she wants to be a star. She wants to be really famous. And she sings the song with Ryan called I Want It All. And Ryan's kind of getting on board with looking at things in a higher perspective, and he sings this line and he goes, sold out shows, and then Sharpay's like, think bigger, and then he's like, and the Oscar goes to, and she's like, that's better, and she's like, because bigger is better and better is bigger. And I almost feel like Ryan is representing you, and then your inner child is representing Sharpay, like, think bigger, bigger is better, you know what I mean? Let's go more grand with this, let's put on a show. And I really see that for you guys. I feel like you guys are going to be feeling very energized if you're not already, or just feeling sentimental. It could also come in the form of feeling sentimental, or just being very open with, you know, the unicorn energy. It could be psychic gifts, you know, that you want to express. It could be parts of yourself that you've never felt ready to express before. You know, wearing outfits, because who cares what people think? Like, I just see all of that in you guys expressing these wonderful parts of you, and that's the energy that you're stepping into. So let's pull, what energy am my pile number 2 stepping out of? What cycle am my pile number 2's ending? What cycle am my pile number 2's ending? What cycle am my pile number 2's ending? We have death. Okay. You may be coming out of a dark night of the soul. You also may be coming out of a time where you were purging a lot of projections that were placed on you, and a lot of layers that people placed on you, because I keep being shown this bright light that was taught to keep itself dim. So I feel like for you guys to go through that transition and really, you know, shine that light out and let that flame get really high, you would have had to really remove a layer of projections placed on you and insecurities that people may have brought up to try and dim your light. I feel like that's what you're clearing. I keep hearing, well, it's not hearing, I keep being shown, if you're familiar with Jessie J, I'm sure she was big in other countries. I'm sure it wasn't just the UK. She was big, and I don't know. But Jessie J had a song called Nobody's Perfect, and I'm not necessarily being taken to the song. I'm being taken to a scene. There's this scene in the video where she's kind of sat in this kind of blacked out screen, and all around her are lips moving and talking. And it's like other people's opinions, other people talking. And I'm being shown that scene from that video, because it's like, it's like other people's chatter, other people's projections. You can't do this, you can't do that. It's like, I'm letting it go. It doesn't mean anything to me, I'm letting it go. And I think that's the clearing out that you've been working through. So you've been working through this, and now you're in a child showing itself to me with the most colourful because it almost looks, the way your inner child showing itself to me as a unicorn, it's glittery, but it almost looks like scales. So I'm energetically like, why have you got scales? You're a unicorn. And I just hear, don't define me. Like, I just hear that, don't define me. I'm like, okay, well, you're a scaly unicorn then. Love that for you. And it's like flashing and glowing. So it's like, don't define me. I can do it all, you know? And I love that. And I see you guys feeling very protective of that as well, like letting your inner child just shine and give itself those outlets to express, whether it's buying a Nintendo Switch and playing Animal Crossing, you know what I mean, and activating, you know, masculine energy there, or whether it's, you know, tapping into the feminine energy, and really activating that and bringing things through there, that, you know, acts that make you feel very feminine. It could be that too, because our divine masculine, divine feminine can also be stunted through our childhood. So it's almost like that's coming through. So you may feel the need to really express whichever one you're drawn to, you know what I mean? And bring that through. Or it could be like you're in a teenager coming through and wanting to really say your piece, and you're in a child's bringing that through. It's like all aspects of yourself. That's why the unicorn's being shown to me with so many hats and colours and textures, because it's like, I'm all of it, and it's all coming through now. I'm not hiding any of it. I'm entitled to my rage, and I'm entitled to my happiness, and I'm entitled to the fun part. I'm entitled to my emotions, and I'm entitled to express my divine feminine and divine masculine in whatever way I want to. That's where I'm at, and that's what I see you guys opening up to. This feels so lovely. Pile number 2. What is the cycle my pile number 2s are opening up to? What is the cycle my pile number 2s opening up to? Knight of Cups. Back of the deck, you have the Moon. Knight of Cups. Okay. Okay. I'm hearing I Don't Care by Ariana Grande. And she says, I used to worry about... Oh, what is she saying? I used to worry about the things that I thought were important to me, like what you think and what they think. But I love me, I don't care about it anymore. That's the lyrics. I may have got them a bit wrong, I may have butchered them a bit, but that is the lyrics. She's basically saying in the song, I don't care about what people's opinions are anymore. I love who I am, and if you don't want to see, you know, who I am, then you don't need to be here, sort of thing. And I see you guys reaching that point. What I'm seeing with the Knight of Cups and how this gateway energy is going to really aid you is this time period to really nurture these aspects that are coming out that felt that they needed to be sheltered for some time. Once they've had the party, that little party, and they know that they're free to express themselves, these feelings, and you know that you can express them, and it's going to take a minute for you guys to really sit in that. You now have activated parts of yourself that you've hidden. So what's going to happen then is ideas, maybe for projects and careers, the way that you look at relationships, the way that you apply yourself just to life, the way you look at yourself, it's going to change. Because it's like all those versions of yourself are going to be then present. Or this, it could be just a singular energy that's making itself known to you. You'll know it's going to be present. And I think it's going to aid in an area where you may have been feeling like you've been having trouble in. And I feel like that area that you may have been having trouble in would have been the reason you went through the purge in the first place with the Death card. So if you've always found that, you know, connections that you had, people didn't really see you, they didn't really understand you, they didn't quite get you, you're going to find that you're finding people that just dance to the same drum as you and really get you and really love these aspects of you, you know, because they weren't hidden, and they're able to see you and see all of those colors and go, wow, I love this scaly, colorful unicorn, love this, you know, and be drawn there. And I feel like, you know, even if it's in regards to career, like you may be feeling always rigid in your career or stuck in your career, but now that you're bringing out these aspects, it's almost like, actually, I want to do this in regards to my career. And me tending to my inner child, I realized this is a really big part of me, and I want to apply it to my career. And then it kind of activates there, and you're able to grow there. So wherever you felt like you were having a hard time getting something off the ground, whether it was just with relationships, friendships with others, really being seen, having trouble expressing yourself, being vulnerable, or even applying yourself to career, I feel like with the Knight of Cups, your inner child, divine feminine, divine masculine, whatever it is that's coming through, they're assisting that. You know, and them being activated, it's going to assist that and have you see things in a completely different way. Because like I said, with you guys being Ryan from High School Musical and your inner child being Sharpay, your inner child's allowing you to look at life through a deeper perspective, a higher perspective. Children have a way of looking at life in such an optimistic way. Nothing's, you know, they're not worrying about the opinions of others, really. They're not worrying about these things. They're just looking at it through a bright, vast way of looking at life, and we're meant to hold on to that. And I feel like you activate in that you're able to look at something through a different perspective, in a more colourful perspective, in order to bring something in. So if you have been feeling stuck in regards to your career and in regards to, you know, your creativity, or just, you know, showing up to the world, I feel like that's really going to activate something in you to really bring that through. I keep being shown in the Super Mario game lots of inner child stuff coming through. In the Super Mario game, if you've ever played it, sometimes you get like this magical star, and when you get that magical star, no matter where you go, all the villains that could end up like having you die in that world, like having you have to start again, they just basically get knocked out of the way. Like you just like eliminate them, because it's like when Mario has that magic star, he kind of glows in all of these colors, so he kind of runs and he can just kind of get away with anything. He can't, you know, it doesn't get reset to the start. All of the animals and the people that are trying to get in his way, they kind of just fling away. And that's what I'm being shown. Your inner child's giving you that star, that magic star. So like Super Mario running through, and anything that's coming in, it's like, no. And you know, you're just being yourself and activating that. And I just think that's really beautiful. I'm hearing Break My Soul by Beyonce. You Won't Break My Soul. Yeah, that's a song that is coming through for you guys. So let's pull some more cards. I also feel as well, you may have been someone that was very emotional, and people may have told you you can't be like that, or, you know, you can't be like that, you have to harden up, you have to be this sort of way. I also see you guys giving space to emotions, so you may go through a little period where you just feel a little bit a bit emotional. You may even feel a bit of grievance. It's just emotions that you felt you couldn't express in that moment, you didn't allow yourself to, for whatever reason. They're coming up to just flow out. So just give yourself space when those emotions flow out. It's not gonna last long. They're flowing out and just coming out. And I don't think they went too deep down either, because I don't feel that you ever really have been someone to push anything too deep down. It's just when it comes to other people and showing up in the world that you've had a problem shining out, and you're about to. I see a spotlight on you. Something very musical theatre-y coming through about you guys. You may be Leos with all the inner child and activation of, you know, the sunny energies and the ego and the spotlight and theatre and all of that. You could have some Leo energy, 5th house energy in your chart. Let's I got burned. I don't know if you can see. I got burned by the sun, so my skin's itching. I need to go put lotion on in a minute. I don't know why I'm telling you. Okay, pile number 2. Pile number 2. Pile number 2, please, spirit guides. Pile number 2. What is the energy my pile number 2s are stepping out of, and what are they stepping into? We have Take Time to Breathe Out, Discementing Moon. One more card from this deck, please, spirit guides. Pile number 2. What is the energy my pile number 2s are stepping into? Surrender to the Divine, Full Moon. Okay, what have we got at the back of the deck? We've got What You Need to Release, the Waning Moon. Okay, Take Time to Breathe Out, Discementing Moon. Surrender to the Divine, Full Moon. When I went from this card to this card, I actually energetically felt it was like something in my head's telling me, don't say that, don't do that, don't go and do that, don't go and approach that person, don't do it. But then it's almost like with the surrender to the divine, I felt like I was being, it was like my inner child just took control and was like introducing itself to someone. Like, that's how I felt. Like, I'm having this urge and my logic, my mind is telling me to resist it, because no one wants to see that, and no one wants to see me, and no one wants to, you know, I doubt they want to be my friend. And then it's almost like no, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to pop out. I'm just going to do it. So it takes time to breathe out. It's like, I need to stay behind the shadows. And it's like, no, I want to be on stage. I want to dance. I want to sing. I want to do it. And it's like, it's pulling me out. It's like surrender to the divine. It's like I'm surrendering to what my inner child wants. Like that, I want to sing. I want to dance. I like to make friends with people. Because you may have told yourself, you may have been extroverted in childhood, learned to stay introverted because it's like, people don't want to hear me. People don't want to talk to me. But in your natural state, you're actually very extroverted. And I feel like you're about to become a lot more extroverted in this phase you're moving into. Because I see you guys approaching people with this Knight of Cups. Popping out and having things to say and expressing emotions and just showing up, putting your mark on the world, like putting your imprint on the world. Like I see that for you guys, which is really, really, really beautiful. And yes, with the what do you need to release, there will probably be moments of release where you felt inadequate or you felt like you had to be small. It may be anger being released where people made you feel that way. It could be a sadness, it could be a grief, it could be very uncomfortable feelings of you just not feeling good enough. But I see them just literally flowing through, and the more that happens, the more this flame just gets brighter. I'm hearing, well, it's the scene I'm being shown. Again, more inner child stuff. I'm being shown Shrek 2, where the Funky Town song comes on. And Shrek, you know, he's all, not miserable, but he has to be all hard because he's an ogre, and you have Fiona that's all nervous. And then you have Donkey. And when they get to Far, Far Away and that song's playing, and he's so mesmerized by everything, and like he's just looking out the window, he's like, wow, and like that's so authentic. Like you could tell, I'm literally analyzing Donkey from Shrek from a psychological perspective, but you know what I mean, to look at it, he's so connected to his inner child, to be able to authentically express these feelings. Like I see you guys being like that and being open to that, you know. Shrek's always kind of putting him down a bit, and, you know, he doesn't let that get to him. So I see you guys just being like, this is me, these are my feelings, and I'm excited, or I'm happy, or I'm sad, or I'm, you know, these are my feelings. I'm validating them, you know. And that's, again, where I'm hearing the song, This Is Real, This Is Me, the song from Camp Rock. Yeah, I feel excited for you. I just hear, you should be. I wish I could show you what I'm seeing with the unicorn. It's pink, scaly fish unicorn with disco, bright pink saddle and disco lights just shining off it. I don't know where they're coming from. Pile number 2. What cycle am I pile number 2's closing? What have we got? Oh my, hang on guys, my cards are flowing. We have Libra. Okay. Pile number 2. What is the cycle my pile number 2s are opening up to? We have Mars. Willpower, desire, fortitude, and rage. We have Mars. And let's see what we've got at the back of the deck. We've got the Void, of course, pause in time, change of plans, limbo, improvisation. I also see you guys as well. I'm seeing you guys when you're younger and feeling quite self-sufficient. Like, I don't need anyone's approval for me to do anything. But then I see you guys would have met a point or went through a phase where you almost felt like you needed to check in with people before you did things. You needed to check in with people before you made certain decisions, or before you decided to take that job role, or it's almost like I'm being indecisive because I don't know if I should be doing this, even though you know that you should be. That's what I'm seeing with the Void, of course, card being at the back of the deck. And there's also this feeling as well of like, I'm not going to have any cheerleaders leading me on, so I'm not going to go and do this, or I'm not, like, it's like I want to go for food somewhere but no one really wants to go there, and I really want to go there because it sounds exciting. Do you know what, I'm just going to take myself. And I see you guys entering that phase where it's like, well, if no one wants to go with me, I'll just go myself, because when I go there, there'll be people there that wanted to be there because they took themselves there, and I can make friends with them. Like, I see you guys doing that and just kind of going on your own kind of journey that way, and just being open to I see new connections coming in, but I see kind of like fun coming in and you guys activating parts of yourself, which is really interesting. I see you guys really finding yourself, which is really lovely. But with the Libra energy here, and then we have Mars, it's almost like you may have entered a phase where you tried, it's like I have needs and things that I really want to do, but I'm not doing them because it's going to upset that person, or that person's going to get jealous if I do this, or that person's not going to like me talking about this, so I'm not going to do it. And I see you guys just smashing that and being like, no, this is what I want to do, this is where I want to head to, this is where I want to go, and I don't need approval and I don't need cheerleaders. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to wear that, I'm going to apply for that, I'm going to do that because it's just me. And that's the cycle I see you guys entering into, a very independent time where you're very open and just finding parts of yourself. It's really beautiful. So pile number 2, that is what I have for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed the reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey Pile 3, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at what cycles you are closing and stepping away from, and what cycles you are opening up to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a Sacred Destiny deck, and I'm going to pull one card that represents the energy you are currently in while watching this video. And then I'm going to pull a tarot card each side, one on the left, which is an energy you've stepped out of, you've cleared, and then the energy that you're stepping into and that's coming in. So then I'll pull some oracle cards as well. So let's get in. So my pile number 3 is the yellow phantom quartz pile. My pile number 3 is, please, spirit guides, pile number 3. What is the current energy my pile number 3s are in? You're about to enter a time where there's a lot of full circle moments. Like I see you guys going, this is where I wanted to be and I'm here, or this is what I wanted to reach and I've attained it, or this is something I wanted to release for so long and it's been so pent up in my energy and now it's cleared and I don't feel anything to it anymore. This is really gone, or I've achieved this, or I've activated this. There's something like a full circle moment that's going to happen. It could have been that like you when you were younger got turned away from something, and then all of a sudden you're like the owner of something that you would have got turned away from in the past. Like there's something about that where it's like, go figure, like I've come full circle. I keep being shown ice skating. I don't know why I just got shown ice skating, but that came through. So pile number 3, it's very hot in my room, guys. I'm very hot. I don't know why I thought I'd share that with you. I am just very, very hot. Pile number 3. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. What is the current energy of my pile number 3s? Where are my pile number 3s currently at energetically? Where are my pile number 3s at energetically? Oh, we have change. Okay. The back of the deck, you have simplicity. I think you're going through a really big overhaul in your life right now. It may be showing physically. You may be finding that externally there's a lot of shifting and a lot of changes, whether it's changes to the rooms in your house, literally moving house, having a new car. Finally, you know, you could be getting certified in something, getting a diploma in something. You could be passing something. You could also now be physically seeing, because the horse is up in the air, you could also be seeing how much certain things have changed. Maybe that's why I was being told full circle moment, because there's almost this feeling of like, I think you work with energy, and I think that you read energy, and I think that you see cycles, and I think that moments of time for you are very meaningful. You may have a lot of water in your chart. You may be my water pile. I see moments in time being meaningful. Like to somebody, it's like, oh yeah, back in 2017, but like to you, 2017 means something different, because you're like, that was when I was releasing this, and this is when I was going through that karmic period, and this is when I did this, and this meant something to me, and this activated in me. Like the way you look at, like I could have a calendar and there could be chapters of a book on that one specific day, because it's like you're so connected to that time period, because that was when something got activated or something was released. So that's why with the horse being up in the air and change, it's almost like you're looking back and going, there's a certain time period you may be thinking of maybe when you began a spiritual awakening, maybe when you began a self-love journey, maybe when you began a health journey, maybe when you began a career, you know, or you got out of a certain relationship that changed your life. It's something like you're looking up and you go, oh my God, look how far I've come. And there's like a full circle moment coming where you're like, oh my God, look what I did. Look what I did. Like, I keep seeing that for you guys. Yeah, let's pull your tarot cards and we'll see the full picture. But that's what I'm getting. I want to keep this card where I can see it, because I feel like it ties in for some reason. Because it's funny how they're both in the air. You've got this horse and a hot air balloon in the air, and then you literally have this feather floating in the air, and there's clouds. It's almost like you can see something, like you can finally see something. Let me make sure it focuses. Because with the clouds, it's like the sun's in the sky, but sometimes we don't see it because the clouds are in the way. But it's like, you know, you can see the blue sky, there's a patch. And then with the sun, it's peeping through the clouds. So it's like we're seeing something, we're aware of something. Let's take a look. Let's go deeper. Pile number 3, please, spirit guides. Pile number 3. What is the energy and cycle my pile number 3s are closing? What is the cycle and frequency that my pile number 3s are stepping out of and closing? What chapter's coming to an end for my pile number 3s? I'm hearing Magic Hour by Janae Aiko. She sings, "It ain't perfect, but everything's beautiful now." Let me grab your card. We have the King of Wands. So this is the energy you're stepping out of, the King of Wands. Pile number 3. What is the energy my pile number 3s are stepping into? What is the cycle opening up to my pile number 3s? What is the cycle that is opening up to my pile number 3's justice? Back of the deck, you have the Page of Wands. I just heard it's all evening out now. I don't know what that's about. When we think of the King of Wands, and this is an energy you've been stepping out of, we're looking at a very... I don't know why my voice projected so loud. We're looking at a very action-based take on our goals and what we want to achieve. We're planning and we're getting that ammo. There's something you wanted to achieve that you're either achieving, or it's like, I'm here, like I'm being shown a castle in the sky, and it's like I need to get there. And I see you guys like with the wand, it's like you're making your way there, you're full of ammunition, you're getting there, and then you would have had tired nights, and it's almost like you got to the top but you couldn't even appreciate it because you were so tired, and then you're chilling out, and it's almost like now you're here, you're up the top, you're in the castle, everything's kind of evening out now. And that's why I'm here in full circle moment, because what you've gained on this, whatever this journey is for you, what you've gained on this journey is way more than what you set it out to be. And you know this, I'm being told. Like, for example, you could have decided, oh yeah, I want to go on a journey of self-discovery. But you had no idea what you were really going to discover. And it's like, you could have gone through an awakening, you know, during that spiritual awakening. Then you could have triggered, you know, an ego death. You could have purged and cleared parts of yourself and took layers. It's like, what you got, what you wanted, but 10 times more, to the point that even, it's almost like your soul, how do I put this in the words? It's like, along that journey, you've activated a part of yourself where you realize so much, and you realize that a lot of that journey, a lot of what you learned, it was like in the journey. Does that make sense? Like, maybe you were on a self-love journey, but it's like you can fully now say, yeah, I love myself. But it's like that you're looking back at it, like that whole journey that I was on, I was continuously loving myself, even in those moments where I was crying, even in those moments where I was feeling that hatred, I was purging it out. I wouldn't allow myself to feel it before, but then I felt that feeling of self-hatred, and I purged it out, and then it was gone. So even in those moments when I was crying, I already had and already was doing what I set out to achieve. And now it's like more. Now I have even more than that, you know, in maybe it's in people you've met along the way, or maybe it's in, you know, a new outlook now that you have on life, new wisdom that you have under your belt that you didn't have before, a fresh set of eyes to look at things in. It's like you've activated and brought through so much, and there's a balancing out now where maybe you've done a lot of internal work and now physically that's showing up. So, you know, you could have, on the outside looking in, physically it could look like you haven't actually done much because, you know, we've got the King of Wands here. Maybe on the outside it might not look like you've done much, whereas now the physical shifts are coming in to cement themselves in. So it's like all of that inner work, maybe you're welcoming in a connection that's about to come in, or now you're, you know, it's like you're clearing out the clutter of your home, so now it looks different because the designs and all of that was from a past version of you. You know, maybe when you were taking on what other people would have wanted, and now it's like, no, this is you. You've met new aspects of yourself, and they're being shown maybe in your interior design, or the home that you have, or the car that you have. It's like maybe in the way that you speak, maybe in the way that you talk, in the way that you dress, in the way that you present yourself, the way that you express things to people, and the way that, you know, your demeanor. I just see that there's now a lot of, when we're moving here with the Justice card, people are about to see the proof in the pudding, is the word that I'm about, that I want to say. People are about to see the proof in the pudding in regards to what really has been going on internally, because you could have gone ghost maybe to people around you. People are like maybe thinking, where's this person gone? And it may, on the outside looking in, feel like you've just been stuck in maybe a time capsule, but you know how much you've internally been working, and it's like now people are about to see that, you know, the physical shifts that are about to come in. I feel like the next year for you, things are being solidified and cemented. It's like you could say to people, oh, I'm going to do this with my career, and people are like, oh, okay, but like you could be making moves behind the scenes, but they don't see the physical movement yet. So they're like, oh, they said they were doing something, but they kind of still, I don't see a change because they can't physically see something yet. Maybe you were ordering something that hasn't turned up yet, you know what I mean? Whereas people are about to see the proof in the pudding, people are about to see something. So you could have been taking time out to work on a skill, and now you're about to put it out into the world. So people are about to see it, you know? Or you may have just been sheltered and not popping out. Maybe you've been doing a lot of healing, a lot of inner work, and now people are about to see you and see this new version of you and go, oh, that person's not to mess with. You know what I mean? So there's a shift, there's a physical shift. Things are about to even out. People are about to see that shift. And I see a lot of activations in the solar plexus and you standing in your power, and really standing in your truth and who you are. That's something that I'm also picking up from you guys as well. And with the Simplicity card at the back of the deck, I feel like it's actually insane because it's the paradox I get. I feel like over the last year, and it could be longer, so apply it, because I also want to say 5 years too, so it could be 5 years for some of you guys. It's almost like people are looking to you on the outside and it looks like you're stood still. But when I tap into your inner world, I'm in a race and I'm running, and there's fireworks and big explosions going off, and I'm running, and all of these things are going on, and it's like physically I'm working on this, but then I'm also internally going through this, and I want to talk fast, and all of these things are going on. But on the outside looking in, it's like crickets. People don't see anything. Whereas now what's happening is life's about to get a bit smoother for you, a lot more balanced for you, a lot more chill, in the sense of things are just flowing I'm hearing Selena Gomez's song Naturally, so things are flowing very naturally. But to other people now, things are going to look like, boom, everything, you know, they're here, they're there, they're everywhere, I'm seeing so much of them. But that's because what you were working on behind closed doors is now popping out, whether that's healing, you know, physically working out, internally going through things, internally going through a shift. It's like when a celebrity is working on an album and they go ghost and you don't hear from them for ages, and you think, oh, they fell off, they're not, you know, they're not up to anything, they, you know, I don't know what they're up to. And then they've dropped that album and they've taken put all that time and effort into it, and all of a sudden they're everywhere for the next 2 years because the amount of singles that come off it, and the story that's told, and all the performances, and they were prepping for it in all those years. So it's like, that's what I see in regards to your energy. But for you guys, it almost feels like you've been internally going through something, and maybe you felt like, oh, I don't feel like maybe internally you feel like you've changed, but you feel like maybe feeling a little bit behind. But that's where this full circle moment's coming in. And then the change card, you're being asked to look from a bird's eye view and look at that point where you started, because for some reason I'm being told a point that you started at, whenever that was. 2017's been highlighted, 2019's been highlighted, so is 2018, those 3 years, but it could be different for all of you guys. Something significant in late 2019, something significant around 2020 as well. That's coming in as well. Yeah, I mean, I've kind of just said a bunch of years, just literally take what resonates. There's a lot of you watching, but it's the lyric from Mac Miller's song, I Can See. It sounds like, the way I describe that song is like floating through the clouds. That's why when I took that video when I was on the aeroplane in the clouds, I added that song to it, because Spirit always showed me clouds whenever I listen to that song. And I almost feel like when I listen to that, for me now, when I listen to that song, it's my time to rest and just chill and float with the clouds. That's how I look at it, so it's quite meaningful in that way to me. But for you guys, what I'm being shown is the lyric to that song. You got so far to go, but look at where you came from, because I feel like there's such a, you know, there's so much that you've accomplished and worked through and done, and I feel like physically that's about to show. Physically you're about to see that, or people are about to see that, you know what I mean? I just shared as well, people are going to be eating their words. I really don't know what that's about. I don't know if you're about to drop a project, or just about to pop out, or bringing in something. I see something materializing in regards to a connection. I see something shifting in your finances as well. Be different for all of you. Take what resonates, but yeah. You're about to be seeing something solidifying, something's balancing out. I feel like you were clearing to make room for something as well. Like maybe you were clearing part of yourself where you felt unlovable, or you had to give all of yourself. Maybe you were clearing that for a new connection to come in. So you took time out to clear that out so a new connection could come in. Or you were clearing parts of yourself where you felt you were unworthy, or certain things were unattainable. You were clearing that so that abundance could come in regards to your career or finances. And there's that coming in as well. Or it could be all of it. You know, you could have gone through a really big change, especially if you're on the latter side in regards to like a 5-year change. You know, it could be everything, you know. Pile number 3. What are my pile number 3s letting go of? What cycle are they ending? What is the cycle pile number 3 is ending? We have communication is key, new moon in Gemini. What is the energies my pile number 3s are opening up to? Oh, you have a couple. You have a new romantic cycle begins. And you have take time to breathe out. Yeah, that's what I mean about the simplicity card with the feather floating and take time to breathe out. It's like you've done a lot of hard work behind the scenes. Now you're about to eat the pie you've just cooked. You know what I mean? Whereas to other people, it's going to look like, oh my God, look at all the pies. And it's like, to them, it's like an overload. It's like, oh my God, look. But to you, you're just chilling out because you made them ages ago. You know what I mean? You were cooking a while ago. Look at the back of the deck. The end of a tough cycle approaches. So you've, you know, that running up that hill song is coming up. You know, you've been pushing up that hill to get to where you're at now. Why do we have the new moon in Gemini as an energy that's stepping out of? Communication is key. I keep hearing, I'm done trying to convince you to love me. I'm done trying to convince you to see me in a good light. I'm done trying to convince you that I'm worthy. I'm done trying to convince you of skills that I may have. Don't care to tell you about it anymore. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to love myself. I'm just going to do better. I'm not going to tell you. I'm just going to do better. I'm just going to focus on my career. I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm just going to, you know, head to the gym and work out. I'm not going to tell you about it. How I'm going to be in I'm just going to do it. I don't care for your approval. That's what I see you stepping out of. You know, I'm going through here, balancing that energy out, doing the doing. So now it's like, I don't need to tell you what I've been up to. You can just see. I don't need to tell you all the healing I've been doing. You'll just see a shift in my energy. I don't need to tell you about the work that I've been, the blood, sweat and tears I've been putting into. I'm just going to pop all the puddings in the bakery and the proof will be in the pudding. You can, you can see that. I don't care to tell you. You can see with the Justice card in the eye, you can see the work that I've been doing. That's what's happening. And that's why it's like, put your feet up, take time to breathe out. The Simplicity card, you're about to flow now because there's a lot less of doing. You're up in the castle now, you've got that. And that's why we've got that full circle moment coming in. Love that. Which again, new moon in Libra, maybe, especially if you've been doing a lot of healing and clearing, you may find a lot of new friendships and relationships making their way in that resonate with the energy that you are now putting out there, you've cleared and made room for it, basically. That's why it's coming in with that cycle. But I love the balancing of the Justice, and then we have the card here with Libra. You're really balancing that out. You've worked hard, now you're getting the results. That's what I'm seeing, which is really beautiful. So let's pull your final cards. Pile number 3. The energy is pile number 3, stepping into and stepping out of. Pile number 3. Oh goodness. What have we got? We've got Leo. And we have Inner Wisdom. We have Palace Athene, but I'm going to put that here and then put the Leo card here. Because when I'm looking at, the Palace card here, it's like the journey you've been on and everything you've learned and everything you've gained and everything that you've collected, it's priceless. Like it's not, you can't even tell people about it. You've evolved, like you've spiritually evolved. The wisdom you've gained just by doing, the wisdom that you've gained going on this journey, the way you've evolved, it's priceless. There's nothing you could say about that. It just is shown on maybe the way that I'm hearing 7 Rings, and when she sings, my smile is beaming, my skin is gleaming, the way it shines, I know you see it. It's like, you just got to look at me to see the difference in me from then to now. You just got to look at me, you can look on the outside and it looks like I haven't been doing much, but I clearly have internally, otherwise I wouldn't be glowing this way, so that's what I'm being shown, that there's like an energy you've mastered, an energy you've evolved into going on this journey, that the journey in itself was a prize. And that's what I always talk about, a blessing in disguise, because we can go through shifts and changes and we'll think, oh, now look, I'm going through a karmic period and I'm going through this, and you can get frustrated at it, and you're allowed to feel frustrated at it because it's part of the process. But when you get to the end of it and you look at it, you're like, actually, that was a blessing in disguise, because look what I learned. Look what I've gained. That was actually part of the prize, and I didn't even realize it because I was so angry at it. But that was part of it. That was actually one of the best parts of it, really, because look what I gained. Look what I grew from. Look what I let go of. Look what I became through that. And look where I am now. And that's what I see for you guys. It's full circle moments for you guys. And the fact that we have the Leo card, I mean, it's like when the night's over and the sun pops back out. You know that saying? And it's like, even when you're not ready for the day, it can't always be night. And then it's like that really intense song that comes on. I don't know the name of the song. It's just a sound. But from TikTok that I've heard. I don't know what song it belongs to, but it's like the sun's popping out. You can't deny the sun's coming out. You know what I mean? You can't deny when it's summer. You feel the heat. You know what I mean? You feel the warmth. And I feel like that's about to happen for you guys. It's like it's about to be summer. People are about to see you. You know, with the sun card, it's like something's activated. People are seeing you. You're in the spotlight. You're being... I don't know if you're starting a project or something or putting something out. But that's something that I'm being shown. Something's popping out. Something's being activated. You were being seen. So pile number 3, that is what I have for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed the reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching. Hey pal 4, welcome to your reading. So we are taking a look at what energies and cycles you are moving out of and what energies and cycles you are now stepping into. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to start with the Sacred Destiny deck, and we're going to be taking a look at your current energies. We are then going to pull 2 tarot cards, one for the energies you're moving out of, the cycles you're closing, one for the energies you're moving into and the cycles that are opening up to you, and then we're going to pop some oracle cards out as well to finish the reading. So pile number 4, please, spirit guides. My amethyst pile, tap me into the collective of my pile number 4s. What is the energy currently of my pile number 4s? Tap me into the energies of my pile number 4s. We have openness. That's so beautiful, actually. Openness. You may be going through a bit of an awakening, but it doesn't feel like, you know, when you first go through a bit of an awakening and you feel like you're floating through the clouds, or you feel very alien and you feel not of earth, and you know, you kind of go through that phase. This awakening feels different because it's almost like I'm awakening to my connection to everything around me, and I feel like I'm being rooted back in. And the openness here, it's almost like I'm being called into a state of peace. I'm just being called into a state of simplicity. Like I keep being shown someone alone in like a really grand forest, and I'm aware of the spiders making their webs, and I'm aware of the little deer running around, and I'm aware of the little foxes, you know, running about, and the ladybirds flying about, and the trees and the energy they're holding. Like I'm aware of it all, and I'm a part of it all, and I'm just listening, and I'm open to looking at life through this new perspective again. It's like a different perspective. I feel everything around me, you know, which is really, really beautiful. And I feel like you're about to embark on a very new journey in regards to your spiritual journey. I feel like whether it's been over the last, I don't know why I'm being shown the number 7, so it could be the last 7 years, but it could also be that I'm being shown 7 because it's ruled by Neptune, in the sense that you've always been a very spiritual person and aligned with aspects of you that you've needed to align with in that moment, whether it was looking at things through a very celestial way, whether it was just channeling and really bringing through energies, or whether it was, you know, physically. Honestly, guys, your gifts are about to really be activated, because the way I literally feel like I'm being brought into a cocoon and I can energetically feel beings around me is insane. Like, and I get that I'm Clairsentient and I download, and that's the 2 that I lead with doing these readings. I almost feel like I'm being brought into a deeper sense of mediumship. It feels when I'm tapping into you guys, and it's really beautiful, and I'm just being aware of energies around me, which is really, really lovely. But it's like I'm in tune with everything around me. That's really what I'm being taken to, and you're being called to really sit with gifts that are being activated, messages that are coming through, and they're looking at life in a different way than what you would have done in the past. I hope that makes sense. Let me pull your cards to the energies you're cycling out of and the energies you're cycling into. It's almost like I'm one with the earth now, because when I'm looking at the stars and the constellations, it's like I'm almost looking at it as home, whereas I see you guys slowly grounding into your body and being like, no, I am home. I'm home on earth. I'm home here. I'm grounded and I'm here and I'm home here. And I don't need to look outside of myself. And I know that there's more than what meets the eye, but I also am aware of the beauty that's here on Mother Gaia and what's here. And with that, it's almost like you're honoring your physical body and honoring your state of being. So I see a lot of tranquility. I see you guys being in a state of just flowing, really listening to your cycles and being open to what comes through in regards to that, which is really beautiful. Because as humans, that's a part of our nature that is natural to us, but we get pulled out of it from an early age to not listen to our cycles, and we end up losing touch of it to the point that it then doesn't come natural to us even more, and it's like you're kind of resetting your energy, which is beautiful. I'm just gonna ask Spirit to ground me a second, because I almost feel like I've just been taken up. So Spirit guides, can you really ground me into my physical body so I can speak a bit slower and bring the messages through, because I almost feel like when I was brought into your energy, I felt like I was just lifted into the air. And it's like a frequency of like the Fae. If you've ever been with the Fae, it's like they talk very fast and the energy's very quick, and you know, I tend to, when I'm channeling, talk fast. because I'm bringing a lot of energy through, but when I'm paired with people that are like myself, where they have that same sort of frequency, it's almost like I'm sped up even quicker because it's so much energy, and it's like, oh, okay. So I'm just taking a minute to ground so I can speak and you can comprehend what I'm saying. Although me speaking fast may be something you can keep up with and it's normal to you guys, but there we go. Okay, so just keep grounding me into my body, please, spirit guides. What is the cycle and energies my pile number 4s are letting go of and releasing? What is the cycle and energies my pile number 4s are stepping out of? What's closing? What energies are closing for my pile 4s? We have the Queen of Pentacles. And what energies are opening up to my pile number 4s? 3 of Wands. Love that. That looks like an eagle in the middle of it. The back of the deck, you have the 4 of Pentacles. So you're stepping out of the Queen of Pentacles energy and you're moving into the 3 of Wands. It's like I'm swimming in a pond and I keep going around in circles and I'm like, there has to be more. Like, there has to be more. There has to be more. And I'm swimming around and it's almost like I'm looking at everything around me and I just feel like dissatisfied. And then it's almost like I'm looking above then with the 3 of Wands and I'm looking over and there's another pond over there, but it's different. And they're moving in a different way and that seems like my type of people and I'm kind of flying over there. I'm getting out of the pond and I'm walking over there. That's kind of what and I'm being shown a frog that would have been like a little tadpole and now it's got legs. Because it's like I'm swimming in this pool and I don't know anything other than this pool. But now that I've grown these legs, I'm walking out. So it's almost like energetically, it's like I've incarnated on Earth. And I felt like I was floating around. And I felt like I was just trying to tailor myself in with the Queen of Pentacles to what other people thought would be best for me. Or how other people move, the cycles other people move in. You know, what I've been told since childhood, I've got to eat like this. And it's normal to eat like this and move like this and dress like this and look at life this way. But it's almost like I'm getting out of that lake because I've grown my legs now. I'm like a whole frog now and I'm jumping over into the other lake and they are more in tune with a different rhythm and it's my rhythm. It makes sense to me. It's like I want to go swim with the frogs now. I don't want to be with the tadpoles now. So it's almost like maybe you never felt connected to Earth and you always felt a little bit alien because people were telling you to connect in Earth in a way that didn't fit for you. Because your soul loves to incarnate on Earth, otherwise you wouldn't have incarnated. And your soul does feel at home on Earth. But the reason you were feeling so alien is because maybe you were plugging yourself into a system that your soul didn't feel connected to at all. And now you're starting to really see those wonders of the physical world and be open to what this physical world can teach you off your own accord. Plugging yourself into Earth's rhythms and Earth cycles. And becoming aware of that. And now you feel more grounded than ever. And now you feel, or you'll start to feel more grounded than ever. And you'll start to feel more in tune than ever. In a way that you may not have thought that you could on Earth. But in a different way. Like it no longer feels like I'm around artificial grass with artificial fruits in a bowl. And I'm eating foods that aren't good for me. It's like now I'm on Earth and I'm plugged into the rhythm of Earth. And I'm plugged into my physical body. And now I'm bringing through messages from Mother Gaia and bringing them through and it's really plugging me in and rooting me in and now I'm aware of that. Like I see such a shift and that's why you're in this openness card because I see you flow in there with this 3 of Wands. I see you guys bringing through a lot of downloads still, but it's almost like the way you've looked at downloads and channeling from spirit before, it was like upwards. It's like my crown's open and I'm channeling from the stars. Whereas it's almost like you're laying back into like grass. Like I see somebody laying back in grass. And it's like my hair is like planting into the soil. And my fingers are going into the soil. And I'm bringing through messages from the ground up to Mother Gaia. From Mother Gaia up to me, if that makes sense. And now I'm having these epiphanies and these activations of wisdom that's been on Earth for a long time, but no one's tapped into it. And I'm tapping into realms on Earth that I wasn't even aware of. And I'm tapping into wisdom that Mother Gaia has for me that I never tapped into because I kind of, for a while, may have felt like I didn't want to be here because I was looking at Earth in a different way. you know, maybe in a matrixy way, if you want to use that word. You don't have to if that word doesn't align with you, but that's the way I felt called to say it then. So that's what I'm seeing from you guys, and I feel like you guys are tailoring your human experience in this new cycle that you're opening up to, and letting go of what other people told you was abundance. You know, you will reach success if you have this car or this house or this much money, or you have this sort of relationship, or you have this, and you're like feeling behind there, but you're letting that go and being open to what your version of success is and your version of abundance is. Maybe your version of abundance is being healthy and just happy and tuning in flow. Why do you need all of the other things, you know? And I feel like some of you guys are stepping towards that. And there's nothing wrong with materialism and things in regards to the material, but it's not the be all and end all, and they don't equate to anyone's self-worth or, you know, any of that. If you set out to achieve it, you can do that. Everything on earth is energy, but there is more to that too. So I feel like some of you guys might have felt like you stuck out or you couldn't find your tribe, but maybe it was because you were, and it was part of your journey, but it was like you were finding your way and finding what fit and what was right for you, and what didn't align with you and what did. You were listening to that calling as you went through that shift, and now you're plugging yourself back in. So let's pull some more cards. Pile number 4. You're going to start really grounding yourself into the physical, being very aware of the present moment. You may find, if you guys have cleared a lot in regards to, you know, karmic energies and doing shadow work, you may find that as you recenter into your physical body, you may deal with some disassociation, panic attacks, anxiety. That does happen, and I'm mentioning it because I've been through it myself. When you really root back in and you listen to your body, it lets you know, feelings that were there that you haven't felt into, energies that were stored in the body. Sometimes some health things can crop up, and of course, you know, you're becoming aware of the present moment and these feelings, and it can cause sometimes panic attacks and anxiety and things like that. So be gentle with yourself if you have cleared a lot of wounds, but you're really rooting into the present moment, which is lovely. Pile number 4. You may also be building the ego. I don't see that too much. Like, I see you guys having a healthy ego, but I don't see yourself building the ego in the forefront of, like, working on your avatar and who am I and all of that. That's not really where I'm being taken, although that can come up. It's more so a peaceful state and a peaceful flow of, where do I feel safe? I want to root in. I just want to be one with the earth. I'm listening to my internal cycles. That's more so what I'm being taken to, but see what comes up for you guys. Pile number 4. What is the energy my pile number 4s are stepping out of? You may be meeting your tribe as well. Look at that. A new start is coming. I feel like you've been trying for a while to find your tribe, or find somewhere where you could fit in, find somewhere where you can feel safe on earth, find somewhere where you can feel at home. And I feel like you've been trying for some time to find that, and I see you finding it through being present and rooting yourself in and finding your way that way. It's almost like the journey to that is through Mother Gaia and rooting yourself back in, which is really lovely. Pile number 4. What is the cycle my pile number 4s are opening up to? We have the energy is gaining momentum. And the back of the deck you have, it's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. Okay, a new start is coming, new moon, and then the energy is gaining momentum. Pile number 4. What is the energy my pile number 4s are stepping into? The energy is gaining momentum. Look at the birds flying together. I feel like you're going to find your tribe. I feel like you're entering a cycle where you're going to really find your people. And you feel very at home on earth. That's the only way I can explain it. I feel like, especially with the layers of purple here, like it starts off dark purple and then it gets lighter and lighter as it goes on. I almost feel like you are, how do I explain it? You're peeling off layers you were told to put on to be a part of this world, it's like you're pulling them off. And I keep being shown like an alien, like literally just stood there, and it's almost like my hands are going in. I keep being shown visions, so it's like I'm being shown like an alien putting on a human mask and then trying to do things in a way that people are telling them to do it. And then I keep being shown them like intuitively being called to this forest. So then they take off the human mask and I'm just being shown this alien. The alien runs into the forest, and then it's almost like putting its hand on 2 trees, and then it's like it becomes part of nature. So the body then, it's like it turns into like a human body, but it's part of Mother Gaia. It's like part of nature. And now I feel at one with the earth. I feel more at one with the earth, and I feel more myself, and I feel more like a human here than I did playing dress up over there in ways I was told to. You know what I mean? The rhythm and flow of listening to my body and moving in this way suits me so much better than the rhythm and flow I was told to follow. Like I was being told to work these long shifts and do these things, and it's not working for me. Or I was told to eat these foods and I'm meant to enjoy these foods, where it doesn't work for me. I was told to drink these drinks and alcohol, and it just didn't work for me, and I don't want to be a part of that culture. I want to find my own culture, and I want to find my own tribe. And the fact that I was almost saying old, I feel like your soul may be reminiscent on incarnations from back in the day when you were very in tune with the earth, and it's like, this isn't what it was like being human before, and now I feel really out of place. But I loved coming here, and now I kind of feel like I don't want to be here. But it's like you're going back to old ways that your soul would have moved about on earth with. I hope that makes sense. And that's how you're finding your tribe. Yeah, pile number... Oh, goodness, this card was just jumping out. Look, we got stillness. That card was jumping out when I was popping the cards out. I love how I'm like stillness, and then I'm just flaking it about. Yeah, we have stillness, like the swan. So you're being called to listen to your own rhythm right now. And be open to what comes through. Because you're going to get intuitive nudges on what pond to jump into. And how to move. Pile number 4. Pile 4, please, spirit guides. Ooh. We have Saturn, boundaries, limitations, delays, and responsibilities. Pile number 4. Yeah, even in regards to like a spiritual journey, like I see you guys doing stuff, and then people that may be open to the spiritual journey too, being like, that's not the way that you do it. And you're like, I didn't know there was a rule book, you know? Like, and you see it a lot in the community that is, you know, the spiritual community. Like, you'll sometimes see people think that to be doing this work, you've got to be all love and light. And then when you express the shadow, or you express very normal things like emotions coming out, or, you know, any other thing that isn't love and light, people can kind of jump down your throat with it and tell you that's not right. And I almost see you guys having experienced that, like wanting, it's like connecting with spirit, but then also aligning something else with it, and then people being like, they don't work together, and you're like, like, and it's almost like you kind of feel alien even in communities like that. And it's like, there was never meant to be rule books. I feel like humans always put rules and things in place, and you can't do it like that, and they'll project each other's ideas, like their own ideas, onto other people, and their rights and wrongs onto other people. And I just see you guys kind of almost feeling like you have to structure yourself and tame yourself, and it's almost like I feel rigid. I still feel alien, even though I'm like connecting with spirit, or even connecting with other people that connect with spirit and things. It's like I still feel alien. I don't get it. And it's because you have your own unique path to walk down. You have your own rhythm to walk down, and that's where you're going to meet your tribe. It's like you're stepping out of boxes that people have been trying to put you in, and just kind of being a free spirit. And I feel like that's how you're, because it's like tribe, I'm mentioning tribes because I feel like you're going to meet like-minded people that are like that, but you're also going to feel very in tune with your own flow and very happy where you physically are, and not feeling like you need to reach outside of yourself for this success that people go on about. That's what I'm picking up. Boundaries, limitation, delays, responsibilities. Yeah, let me pull your final card. Pile number 4. What am I pile number 4 is opening up to? We have the 10th house. I achieve. So you've had Saturn and the 10th house come through. Interesting. This is the house of fulfillment and social status. Here is where we see structures, cooperation, tradition, ambition, public image and fame, discipline, achievements, recognition, rules, and father figure. It is also associated with power and authority, as well as the people who exert them. I achieve. So your whole idea of what success is and how you achieve things has kind of gone through an overhaul, I feel. And I feel like you've been finding your own way. Because I feel like you may have a lot of Capricorn, Saturn influences in your chart. But I feel like even though it's Capricorn energy here, I feel like, because Saturn does rule Aquarius as well. And I feel like the Saturn energy that I feel for you guys is more Aquarian. I feel like you're here to kind of tear towers down and start afresh in a way that works for you. Actually, we've got Aquarius here on the Saturn card. Okay. That's what I see for you guys, and I see that's what you guys have been doing. It's like you're telling me to go this way, and you're telling me that I'm only achieving things if I'm only achieving success if I do it this way, but I've got new things to bring through. It's an Aquarian thing. It's like I've got a new way of looking at things. I've got a new way to bring things through. I've got something new to say. I've got something new to bring through. I'm on a new phase and I'm bringing that through. So I'm going to tear down that tower of what you think success is and that box that you put me in, and I'm going to bring things through this way. And I feel like it's also mirroring in your internal world, because maybe the way you've connected with spirit or saw yourself channeling with spirit is almost like from an alien perspective. That's why I was picking up alien energy, Aquarian energy. It's like looking at the stars and bringing it through. Whereas I feel like you're making moves in regards to plugging yourself down through earth and bringing through the wisdom from earth, like not looking at it just black and white and tearing down the trees and building buildings. It's like we can learn a lot from the trees. Let's bring information through from here. And it's like that's going to look very different to how other people feel you're meant to build things up, especially if it's in regards to spirituality. And there's a lot of projections, especially because spirituality has become mainstream, let's say, and there's an idea of what it's meant to be, and it's meant to be all love and light and all of that. And I feel like you're about to bring something very interesting through, but I feel like you're on a bit of a journey and awakening through the humanness and Mother Gaia, so that you can fully integrate this new wave of whatever it is you're about to bring through in. And I feel like your reading specifically was the most breadcrumby, because I feel like I was only meant to give you the skeleton and the heart, the lungs, the eyeballs, the nostrils. I feel like you're meant to reach all of that, because you do. Anyway, I feel like you're constantly bringing information through. So I hope even with the breadcrumbs, I was able to paint enough of a picture for you to understand what may be going through in your energy. You're now in an openness to a new wave of looking at life and your journey spiritually, so that you can really root yourself in and feel safe on earth and find your place on earth without feeling like an alien. And I feel through doing that, you are going to bring in a new wave of something. You're going to achieve something that is going to have people look at something in a different way, and that's your imprint on the world. That's what you're here to do. And to other people, they might have wanted something different from you, or they may have thought that the success that you would reach would be in a different way, and you're about to show them a different way of success too. So I think you're here to bring in a lot of fresh energy, which is really interesting. So I'm being told for you guys to follow the breadcrumbs right now and where you're being called to, because I feel like a lot of where you're being called to is the present. Just really interesting and exciting, actually. I feel very exciting. I do what I'm hearing to end the reading in a Harry Potter when what's his name who does the wands, Ollivander hands the wand to Harry, and then the glow comes from Harry and like the wind blows his hair, and then Ollivander says, I think we can expect good things from you, Mr. Potter, like big things from you, Mr. Potter. I just shared that to end your reading, so that was really exciting as well. You have a strong spirit tribe, spirit team around you that are very celestial, because when I tapped into your energies, I was on another planet, it felt. I'm not even joking. And I felt a wave of energies around me. And now that we've come to the end, I feel quite rooted. So I feel like that's the journey you're going on. Interesting. So pile number 4, that is what I have for you. I really hope that you enjoyed your reading. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below if you did. I'm sending you guys all of my love. I hope you have a beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. So thank you guys for watching.